2016 Telstra Victorian Charity Award winner is Snowdome Foundation.
Well, it says right here, please use a loud voice. So I'm going to use a very loud voice. Wow, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm Grant Rutherford. I don't know if you know who I am, but it doesn't really matter. But, you know, we've got so many people to thank tonight. But I just thought I'd start, on our little bit of a journey. Snowdome was actually born out of a conversation a few years ago with three blokes. One of these blokes is Rob Tandy. He's... we were trying to make sense of the world where, literally 12,000 Australian men and women and children are diagnosed with blood cancers, leukaemia, lymphoma, myeloma every year. That's literally the third highest cause of death from cancer in Australia. So these blokes were Professor Miles Prince, haematologist, who's spectacular. He can't be here tonight. Rob Tandy, whose father was going through his own cancer journey at the time and still is, and me. Chloe's dad, who I lost to leukaemia at the age of 9. It was Chloe's love of Snowdomes, and throughout her cancer journey, the foundation is lovingly named. What we do is actually give blood cancer patients and their loved ones real hope. As we say, we make hope real where they can't normally find it. And how do we do that? We do that through philanthropic funds, through private funds and government funds, facilitating the acceleration of new cutting-edge therapies and treatments and cures. And most importantly, these funds go straight from the clinic to the bedside, so you can imagine they're working spectacularly well. But we can't do it without the incredible people on our board, our executive, our committees, and all of whom volunteer their time, our pro bono partners who are too many to mention, and our very, very, very spectacular but humble donors. We're not a huge public-facing foundation by any means, but we do have extremely generous donors who have actually been affected directly or indirectly with blood cancers, leukaemia, lymphoma, myeloma. And they actually categorically believe, an unwavering belief in Snowdome and our chance to actually change the world and actually beat these cancers for good. $11.5 million raised, as I said before, in the last 5 years, which has funded important breakthrough research, which is 13 different clinical trials of new treatments, and allowed 229 Australians to gain access to this, what we call hope, making hope real. But the Snowdome story is only part of the story tonight. And last year, just last year, we broke new ground in the sector when we partnered with a new charity with similar mission and goals. So I'd like to introduce Matty Rewalt's vision, co-founder, director, and a man who could probably take the highest mark over me, captain of the St Kilda Football Club, Mr. Nick Rewalt.
Thanks, Grant. It was 3 minutes each, wasn't it? Yep. Right. Not collectively. Thanks. I'd just like to acknowledge, first of all, the other charities that were nominated tonight. While we all support different causes and have different, roots at the heart of what we do, we are all similar in respect to, we all share a similar passion and a desire and a real want to help other people, and that's at the core of, I think, all the charities that were nominated tonight for the award. So congratulations to all the other nominees. You all do fantastic work and are all winners, and creating a better world, which is what we're all about. I'd like to recognise the Snowdome Foundation. Without their support and expertise, in the not-for-profit sector, we wouldn't have been able to really expedite the process of establishing Matty Rewalt's vision and to be able to capitalise on a lot of momentum that we had early on in our beginning as an organisation. So essentially we operate as a silo within Snowdome's structure. We adopt all of their corporate governance and have really been so strongly led by them as an organisation. So we're very, very grateful for all their support on the journey that we've had together so far. So thank you. I'd like to recognise our board. We all share a really common thing, and that's a love of Maddie, and that's the reason we've all come together. So without all of your support, we certainly wouldn't have been able to achieve what we have so far in 12 months. To all of our volunteers and supporters right across the country, the essence of non-for-profit is, I guess, that we rely so much on the public, and I suppose calling on people to dig deep at various stages, regardless of their situation, to support us. So we're really grateful for that. Essentially, we operate with an entrepreneurial spirit, incorporating good systems, but never forgetting what our goal is, and that's to find a cure for blood cancers and for bone marrow failure. And critically within that is the costs that we operate at as a non-for-profit, and ensuring that our brand reputation maintains a really high standard, and most importantly that we continue to uphold Chloe and Maddie's legacy. Thank you to Telstra. Obviously this now provides us with a wider springboard to be able to take our brand and our foundations on a wider national stage to raise money, which is then able to fund a lot of badly needed projects and research projects across the country. And lastly, I'd like to recognise Chloe and Maddie as our source of inspiration. They're the reason that we're here tonight, unfortunately, but you continue to do us proud every day, and the way that you've inspired so many of us, not just here tonight, but across the country, to make change in your name is, we'll always be grateful for that, and you're essentially saving lives. So what better legacy can two young women have had on this world? So thank you very much.